Hey everyone, Star Wars Hunter here, and I'm gonna let you know that how to watch the Star Wars Legacy Saga Skywalker version from beginning to end, as well as let you know that before you do that, when the High Republic series does come out, you watch that first, because that's gonna be a telling of what happens before episode 1, the first episode comes out. So, just what you guys want to know. So, here we go. Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. Then you watch Episode 2, Attack of the Clones. And then we skip down into the Clone Wars, where you must watch all 9 seasons of the Clone Wars to fully understand what goes on. The first 6 seasons talk about the early years. No, excuse me, the first 4 seasons talk about the early years of the Clone Wars. And 5 through 9, season 5 through season 9 talk about the closing years. So that's what happens in the Clone Wars. And then we jump back into the main movies. With episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. Next, we go to The Bad Batch. which picks up right after episode 3. And there's 2 seasons right there. There will be season 2 will premiere soon. But right now there's just season 1. And then after that, we jump to... Yes, I know there's a lot of jumping around. The sub-movie Solo. And then after that, we go into Rogue One. And Rogue One is where and how the Death Star plans are acquired for the rebellion. So if you don't watch this, since people were always wondering how Leia got the blueprints, this is how she got it. And then we jump into what everyone knows is Star Wars A New Hope, Episode 4. And then we have The Empire Strikes Back, Episode 5. And finally, Episode 6, Return of the Jedi, where people get a shocking review. Most people think that Luke is the Jedi that returns. And yes, he does, but that's not what the movie is referring to. And if you've seen the movie, everyone should know what I'm talking about. But in between this, in between episodes 4, 5, and 6, there are more sub-stories. such as this: Star Wars Rebels, which is at least 3 seasons, 3 to 4 seasons at the very least. Then you have Star Wars Resistance. Star Wars Resistance, which is another one that comes in between. And then we have we jump into everyone's not so favorite versions of it. Which is Star Wars The Force Awakens. And then you have Star Wars The Last Jedi. And finally, Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker. And there are still more Skywalker, and there's still more Star Wars stuff. Then you have, Lego has their own versions. And then you have this mini-series called Star Wars Visions, which are kind of fan fiction of their own Star Wars shows. Very quick. Very short, like 15 minutes, 15 to 25 minutes, some of them. Then you got different Lego versions. And then you have some nice little detail shorts, live action shorts that were made. And then we go into The Mandalorian. And there's 2 seasons already complete, with season 3 coming soon. As well as the Ahsoka season that will be available, and that's gonna take place between episodes 3 and through The Mandalorian, and I'm guessing a little into Boba Fett, which I'll get to in a moment. And that brings us to Boba Fett, which there will be hopefully 2 seasons of. And Boba Fett was originally made in 1978. That's when his character was first introduced. So he predates The Empire Strikes Back. At least the character does. His character does. And if you look closely, you can see him on the bridge of one the Star Destroyers in episode 4. He's only there for maybe a minute or 2, but he's there. But he does show up though. And The Mandalorian is probably going to be part of the Boba Fett series as well. If not just one episode, at the very least one episode of it. If not for the rest of the series that it's doing, which is only 3 episodes left. Yeah, so the sub-story, one of the sub-stories is called Visions. Star Wars Visions. I showed you. Here's another look at it. All it is just a bunch of different, is 6 different, 6 or 8, 6, 8 or 7 different fan stories that were put together, which kind of happens in between episodes 7, 8, and 9. So yeah, that's it. That's the order that you watch them in. So I hope you have enjoyed this, and please let me know please let me know in the comments how you like it. Oh, and before you go, there's one more thing. Before I go, there's one more thing. They are planning on making an episode 10 of Star Wars. I don't know exactly how this is gonna go, but now that Disney is joined up with Lucasfilms, that's how these sub-stories have come into play. To close the loop, because he always wanted to close the loop, so it will be a proper timeline. So that's where these sub-stories come into play. Well, most of the sub-stories are his. The rest are Disney's. But yeah, that's how it goes. And we find out in the Clone Wars that Mando and Boba Fett are both Mandalorians. That's the species that they belong to. There are several houses of the There are several houses of Mandalorians. For you see, for some odd reason, a Mandalorian was once a Jedi and created a specific saber. And the Mandalorians believe that that saber belongs to them. So there was a big fight between the houses, and the leading house and the head of all the clan houses rules Mandalore. That's the name of their world, with the dark saber as their symbol. So I just thought I'd let you guys know. Anyhow, I hope you have enjoyed this. Till next time, everyone. Stay tuned.